Mr. Hawke, Mr. McGregor, it is always an honor to talk with you guys. Thank you for taking the time.
Our pleasure.
Wow, that was. You guys have been spending way too much time together.
Yeah, I think so.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I got 1,000 questions for you, so I'm going to jump into this. So much of this movie is about learning, like how to let go of someone and how difficult that can be. So I'm curious for you guys as actors, if the concept of letting go of a character has ever been a challenge. Are you good at kind of burying them when you're done? Do they ever come back and haunt you? Is it something that you even need to do to just kind of let go of them?
Sometimes you feel like you're going to miss them. I've had played characters that have been so fulfilling to play that I'm going to miss being around them. I felt that with Halston. In the Halston series I did recently, I really, towards the end of it, it had been so intense and so much work in a short space of time, and we got shut down for the pandemic, and we came back, and there was something about getting to know him the way I felt like I got to know him that made me sad to get nearer to the end. Yes.
God, you were brilliant in that.
I agree. He was brilliant in that. And I felt the same way with John Brown in The Good Lord Bird. When you play a character that means a lot to you. Oh, and I do think the limited series aspect of it, where the canvas is really big and you pour a lot of yourself into it. I remember the last time I took off the costume. Yeah. I didn't want to let it go. I just didn't want to leave those boots. I really missed it. And I do think part of getting older in this profession is learning how to let those characters go, learning how to let it pass through you. It's really hard sometimes with characters that are in a lot of pain. You invite all the pain into you, but you got to have some way to let go of it.
That makes sense. Mr. McGregor, this might be a stupid question, but one of my favorite movies of all time is a movie called Big Fish, which is such a beautiful and heartbreaking movie about coming to terms with the relationship with your father as he prepares to pass. In that instance, you were the father. So I'm curious, being the son in this scenario, if it's given you any kind of a new perspective on the theme and if the two experiences of the two films differed or were similar at all.
I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought about comparing them. That's funny. You're the first person to bring that to my attention, I guess. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like I've been exploring more being a parent. I've been a parent for 26 years, but it's only in the last so many years that I've been playing parents. And I've always felt like sometimes you feel like the parent, sometimes you feel like the child. It's because you're both ultimately, aren't you? So for me, in this one, I considered both, but my experience with my own father is so far removed from this, from Raymond's experience with his dad, that it was an interesting. I don't know the answer. I think sometimes you're feeling like you're the dad. Sometimes you're the child, the son. I don't know.
No, it makes sense. I'm going to wrap you guys on this because there is a line in this movie that really got to me, and I wrote it down. I grabbed a pen as quickly as I could. The boys and the men are not the same thing. And I was wondering how much you think you've changed as actors. When you watch your early work, does it reinforce that quote a little bit? Would you say that the boys and the men are not the same thing?
It's funny that you pick up on that line. I have a feeling that when I got to that line, when I first read the script, that's when I knew, all right, this movie is special. I hadn't really ever heard that articulated that way. And I know what it means. I've seen photos in a photo album of my mother and I or something and think, God, neither one of us are those people anymore. And what a strange feeling that is. But I don't know that I have anything deeper to say about it than the way that line penetrated me as well.
I think I'm at my happiest when I feel like the boy and the man are the same. That's when I feel close to who I was as a child. I feel at my happiest, I think, probably. It doesn't say
I'm with you guys.
It doesn't say a lot for me as an adult.
No, it's talking about continuity. You're talking about when you sense the continuity of yourself.
Yeah, the truthfulness of who you are. Yeah.
Guys, I could talk to you all day. For years, you guys have continued to be kind to me and given me great interviews and always fit me into your schedule. So I just want you to know that I truly appreciate your time, Mr. Hawke, Mr. McGregor. Thank you for always being so great.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.